Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. It is time for match week 25 of the 21-22 Premier League season. And I have probably one of the up and coming Newcastle channels that is doing absolutely fantastic. It is Mr. Paul Ditchburn from the Toon Review. Thank you very much for coming on the channel. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, my mate. How are you?
Yeah, I am not too bad, and I
You
can
good?
imagine that you are still smiling from the other night.
Smiling, buzzing. It's nice to see us actually perform for once, and obviously get one over Everton, which, as you know, I don't really hold that club in very high esteem at the minute, anyway. So yeah, it was great to get a win. And happy with that. Just now
Yeah,
need to take it
absolutely.
forward and be a bit more consistent, and we should be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, get your predictions in the live chat or get your predictions after the video ends. You will notice across the bottom of your screen, Chelsea against Arsenal has been postponed. That is why Chelsea are in Club World Cup action. I think they're in the final against Palmeiras. So that game has been postponed. So Manchester United are playing twice because their game against Brighton was rescheduled because of COVID earlier in the season. So if anyone was wondering why Brighton are featuring twice this week, it is because of that. One, Newcastle, thank you very much for tuning in. I am very well, thank you. Hope you're well as well. Liz Golden, good morning, good afternoon. Yes, it must be about 8 o'clock where you are in Florida, Liz. Hello, Sebastian,
Nice.
and hello to Jade Exley as well. So we will begin with Manchester United against Southampton. Manchester United are in no form at all. 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw in the last 5. Southampton have actually had a pretty good wee spell recently. They're sitting 10th at the moment. And how they managed to get past Spurs after being 2-1 down was very, very impressive indeed. But Manchester United, whoever is making the decision to make Harry Maguire captain, get him sacked. Honestly, Harry Maguire is not a captain. He has been absolutely shocking as well. And if I'm being honest, I know this game finished 9-0 last season, but Paul, the way Southampton are going, you wouldn't back against them to get a result here.
No, you wouldn't. I think it's quite hilarious, really, for the way Manchester United are playing at the minute. And again, I don't know what it is with them. They've got a lot of individual players there who just don't seem to be combining as a team. Now, for me, I'm not too fussed about it because, it's great to see Man United struggling. Being a Newcastle fan, it's always great to see Man United struggling. But, Southampton, very, very strange team this season. Very strange. They'll go and have a spell of 5 or 6 games where they're dreadful, and then all of a sudden they'll have a spell of 5 or 6 games where they're really good. I mean, that comeback at Spurs last week was fantastic. To come back from 2-1 down away at Spurs is difficult in its own. But for Southampton, so I really, really do think they can get a result at Old Trafford. And like you say, Harry Maguire, however, how he can be captain of that club and the fact that they paid £80 million for him is even more hilarious. He is a dreadful defender. I've never seen anybody as slow as him. And I thought, our Newcastle United central defenders were slow, but this guy absolutely takes the biscuit, man. He really does. I don't understand how he can be called a captain because he doesn't lead by example at all. And Man United are all over the place at the minute. So I think for Southampton, this is probably the perfect time for them to go and play them on the back of their last result.
Yeah. So what are you going for? I'm going 2-1 Southampton. I think there'll be a wee shock. I think Southampton can right a wrong that they got absolutely smashed 9-0 last season. And I just think the way United are playing, you just don't know what United is going to turn up right now. And Southampton if they were to win, they would move up to 9th place if they win against Manchester United. So yeah, I'm going 2-1 Southampton. What about you?
I've got 2-1 Southampton as well. I've got exactly the same. I can't see Manchester United winning the game at the minute because of the way they're playing. They just don't seem to have any unity in that team at all. And if Harry Maguire plays, well, there you go. It's just, you're guaranteed that you will concede at least 1 goal if Harry Maguire is in your back 4 or back 5, whatever it is. It seems to be the ongoing trend at the minute. Harry Maguire plays, you will score against Man United.
Absolutely. Let's see some of your predictions then. Let's go for 2-2. To be fair, it could end in a draw. Sebastian's going, this smells like a Saints win. Yep, I would absolutely agree. 3-2 Southampton. Very, very interesting. I think this is an understatement of the year. Slabhead should not be captain. And Louis has come out. Maguire is literally just a fridge. Yeah.
Well, he's a fridge or he's an oil tanker, one of the two. But listen, I've seen my fridge has moved quicker, and it's only moved about an inch in the last year and a half. So there you go.
Afternoon, Chris. Thank you very much for tuning in. So yes, we are both going for a Southampton victory. Actually, Chris is going United 2 Southampton. No, I think United will bounce back. Unfortunately, they really should bounce back. We will see. We will see indeed. Now, this is an interesting one, this game. Brentford against Crystal Palace. Brentford are sitting 14th at the moment, but they're in really, really bad form. Crystal Palace drew 1-1 with Norwich, and probably one of the worst penalties I have ever seen in the Premier League from Wilfried Zaha. I don't know what he was doing. No. Basically goes up to it, and I don't know if he mishits it or slips or something. It was a really, really miscued penalty after scoring a wonderful goal as well. What have you made of both teams this season? Because Brentford started so well and have sort of started to fall a little bit. Palace will be happy that they're in 13th at the moment.
I mean, Palace have done okay, I think, under Vieira. They haven't been too bad. Brentford, had that new Premier League team bounce, if you like, at the start of the season. And I think the win over Arsenal on the very first game on the Friday night really sort of propelled them to get some belief and get a lot of confidence. I think that's suddenly drained out of them the last few weeks or month or so. I think they're getting dragged into it, which clearly Thomas Frank wouldn't have wanted. But they are, there's no doubt they're getting dragged in it. Now, whether Christian Eriksen can come in and make a bit of a difference to that midfield, then maybe, but is it enough to keep them up in the division? I'm not so sure, because they're sliding the wrong way. Palace, I think Zaha should have been fined at least a month's wages for what he did. It was just unbelievable. But on the flip side, he's, Palace have been what I call one of these safe clubs this season. They've done okay. They've done what they've had to do. And, clearly Vieira wants to build something there. So I think this season's all about just steadying the ship and making sure that the Premier League status is secured for next season. And that he wants to build something. He's got some good players there. So I think it's a case of doing that. So I think Palace could probably sneak a 1-0 win here.
Interesting that you say that Palace will win. I've actually got 1-0 Brentford. I do not know which way to go with this game. It could end either three ways. It could be a draw. It could be a Palace win or a Brentford win. I just think home advantage. I think if Brentford get this win, it'd be absolutely massive, because I think they've lost. I think there's something like 7 or 8 on the bounce now, which is, and they've obviously been knocked out of the FA Cup as well. So it's a much needed win for Brentford. But let's see what some of you are saying in the chat. Big up Douglas and Paul. United are struggling, but I think United will shithouse their way to a win. Okay, glad I didn't miss much. It was a bad prediction week for me last week. So it's taking my time to recover, but always want to share my thoughts. I'll get well soon, Steve. Hope you're all right. Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 2. Worried for Brentford.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Brentford are struggling badly. Crystal Palace 3-1. I don't think Eriksen will still play. Well, you never know. I
think they need to bring him back, Doug. I think they need him in as quick as they can, but it's about getting him up to speed, isn't it? He's been out for so long since what happened to him. So I can understand why it's taking the time.
Definitely. Sebastian going for 2-1 Palace. I put Brentford to just survive at the start of the season. I still think they will. I think Burnley, Watford, Norwich are down for me, as I predicted at the start of the season. I think they were my 3 to go down as well, to be fair. Hello, Andrew Williams. Thank you for tuning in. And Liz is going the same with you, 1-0 to Palace. And a long-term problem is what it is. Okay. Well, get well soon. Anyway, now speaking of the team you like to call the Scouse Mackems, they're home against Leeds United, and I have to say, from the way you guys played against Everton the other night, they are bang in trouble.
Mate, honestly, Doug, I think Lampard's got a massive job there, because on a serious note, Everton were absolutely dreadful. I mean, they had a left back come on as substitute halfway through the first half, and I swear to God, he couldn't even move. He was I think he was one of the new signings as well. I can't remember what his name was, but he couldn't.
Is it
move.
Mikolenko?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But he looked really stiff. He didn't have any movement about him. And listen, the football that they tried to play, it was all over the place. There was no sort of belief in that side at all. They've been run down to the point of they just don't know where to turn. And Lampard has got to go in there and suddenly generate some confidence from somewhere. I just don't see. I see Everton really struggling for the rest of the season, which I don't mind. However, on the flip side of that, Leeds United are a excellent comeback against Villa. You think Villa 3-1 up at half time, the game's done and dusted. They're not going to have a chance, but Leeds fought back really well in that game to get a draw. And I just think they're going to heap more misery on Everton. I really do. I'm going 3-1 Leeds.
3-1 Leeds. Well, do you know what? I've gone 2-1 Leeds. I think Leeds will score a couple. I think Everton defensively were shocking, and I never have noticed that Lascelles was it Holgate assisted Lascelles' OG, and then Lascelles
2 minutes
assisted
later
Holgate's
it was the other way around. Yeah, it was bizarre, absolutely bizarre spell of 5 minutes, but. I mean, the good thing for us is we improved defensively massively on Tuesday. Everton didn't. And they've got serious problems. And if I was an Everton fan, I'd be very, very worried about where this season's going, because I think they're going to be down there scrapping away. I really genuinely do.
Mm-hmm. Only 2 points above the relegation zone as well.
Exactly. I mean, everybody's sort of been writing Newcastle off for a long time, but, we've lost less games than Leicester City now. So, when you look at it that way, Everton have got a massive job on. Now, whether Lampard can get a tune out of them, I don't know, because obviously you can't bring anyone else in now. They've got what they've got, and time is running out, and I think they're going to be in the thick of it.
I think so. I absolutely think so. I would never have predicted that at the start of the season as well, with the signings that they brought in as well. Sebastian going for 1-0 Leeds. 2-2 Brentford Palace. Everton 1, Leeds 1. Kieran Purcell saying 1-1 Everton Leeds. I think Leeds will be okay now, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Leeds will be okay. I think if they get another couple of victories, I think they will be absolutely fine. Asian sensation, not a problem. 1-1, both teams are underperforming. Yep, absolutely. Coma is absolutely garbage. This is definitely going to be a high scoring game. 4-3 Leeds. Wow, if we get 4-3, that will be definitely a very good game for sure. Everton 3-2, United 2, Southampton 1.
I don't know where people are predicting Everton scoring 3 goals. I don't know where the 3 goals are coming from for Everton.
No,
I just can't see them scoring more than 1. If they get 1, I mean, Leeds seem to have a lot more confidence and belief than Everton do at the minute. So for me, I cannot see Everton getting anything out of this game.
No, absolutely not. Guys, keep getting your predictions in as well. And also remember to like, share, and subscribe to both our channels as well. Watford against Brighton. Watford sitting 19th, not in any form at all, against the Brighton side, who are sitting 9th place and pretty much comfortable as well. They're definitely not going to get dragged into trouble. But Watford, the change in managers, Roy Hodgson was a very, very weird choice. I don't know about you, but for me, I just think he's never been relegated as a manager. But the thing for me is Watford sacked their managers almost 3-4 months anyway in the Premier League. And I look at Brighton and I just think they're going to win this game. They're the more fresher of the two. They had a week off last week because Chelsea didn't play them. And I look at this. It was a 3-0 win for Brighton last season against Watford. I think Brighton are going to win 2-0 here. What do you think?
Like you, really. I think that the appointment of Hodgson is very strange. I mean, you know, they've made him out to be this messiah that can come in and get them out of relegation trouble. I can't see it. I mean, Watford are very, very poor. You know, I've seen them sort of twice this season, and you know, twice I think, you know, they've been poor, and we were poor when we played them, to be honest. But you know, they have this habit of sacking the managers, and you know, it must be difficult if you're a player at Watford, because you try to get into one style, and that manager doesn't get long enough to do anything, and then he's out the door. So then you try to play another style from a new manager, and it just keeps rolling on like a poison chalice at Watford. It really is. And yeah, I can't see them staying up. I think that, you know, they're not good enough. I think the club as a whole deserves to go down because of the way they've treated the managers. I don't think you can give these managers 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it is to turn a club around when they're playing so badly and then get sacked yourself. It's just mental, absolutely crazy. Brighton, on the other hand, are just, I mean, what Graham Potter's done there is absolutely phenomenal, really. And, you know, these rumours about their director of football, Dan Ashworth, coming to Newcastle in the summer, I think the players he's brought into Brighton, not so much well-known players either. You have to remember that. Some of them he's scouted really well and brought to the club and have performed fantastic and have fit right into the sort of football that Graham Potter likes to play. So for me, Brighton, clear winners here, and you know, the football they play, I can see it 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Wow. Yeah, I think Brighton are going to wipe the floor with Watford.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's a good point. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be back, but will he be up to speed? That's the thing. He's been hit and miss really this season. He's been in and out of the Everton team, and yeah, he has been injured. As a hollow strip bear, just want Chelsea winning that final. Yeah, Palmeiras, I think, is who you're playing. If Everton score 3 goals, it's a penalty, an OG, and a lucky shot. Yeah,
totally agree.
That's very true.
Yep.
Hello, Dave. Thank you for tuning in. The sooner Watford go down, the better. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Hiya, Dave, says Liz. Watford 0, Brighton 1, says Michael. 2-0 Brighton. 3-1 Brighton. Array Watford way more than Norwich, West Brom, Fulham combined. Those are the real yo-yo teams, joke teams in the English Premier League. 1-0 Brighton. Yeah, that's interesting. 1-0 Brighton. Kalou need more opportunities. Emmanuel Dennis and Joshua King is good. I rate Emmanuel Dennis, especially needed more consistency. Good afternoon to the Hearts of Liverpool. Jamie Phillips, thank you for tuning in. Brighton 1, Watford 2. So everyone seems to be going for a... Well, actually, Asian Sensational thinks Watford are going to be Brighton. Very, very interesting. Now, this match is probably a mismatch on paper. It is 18th placed Norwich City against Manchester City. However, the last time Man City were at Carroll Road, they lost.
They did.
So, could lightning strike twice again? I don't think it will, but I think this is a dangerous, dangerous game for Manchester City to go to Norwich. Norwich are obviously battling for their lives for sure. They've got a 1-1 draw. They actually have had 2 wins in their last 5 matches, which is very, very interesting as well. But City, very, very impressive, you'd have to say. However, call me crazy, guys, but I've just got a feeling that we're going to see one of the shocks of the weekend, and I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between Norwich and Man City.
Really? It's interesting because Norwich in past years have really they've really got up for the game against Manchester City, and they have performed all right. But Man City, you know, the other day against Brentford, they didn't even need to get out of first gear, did they? They were just, you know, it was a very straightforward game for them. I think Man City are on a different level to everybody else at the minute. They seem to be just, even without an out-and-out striker, they seem to just be able to score goals when they want and create when they want. I think this is probably the last season, I think, that Manchester City are going to have that. You know, going to have all this clear at the top of the league, because I think with the situation at my club, obviously Liverpool, Chelsea, they'll all want to strengthen now. And I think this is the last time I think Man City will disappear into the distance. So I think that's where they're being sort of full on at the minute. I see where you're coming from with Norwich, but I think Man City will probably sneak it 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as I did see a few 6-0s in the chat, so I don't think it's going to be that. But let's just have a wee look. 1-1. I think that was for the last game anyway. Julie Baker, hey all, Paul's Connors, Cody's biggest fan. Well, thank you very much for tuning in as well. Not staying long, liked and shared. Hey all, thank you, Cedric. 6-0 City, says Jamie. Hi, Cedric. Mary Wallace, Norwich 1, City 0, Laporte red card. Wow, it could be interesting that. 3-1 Shitty, but I hope I am wrong. I'm a go for it. 2-1 Norwich. Pookie gonna score. My God, if Norwich somehow win, I'm going to wear my Pookie jersey all weekend, but this will be total domination. 3-0 City. Watford 1, Brighton 1. Well, I don't know what with Norwich. I know they beat City before, but this is an informed City. As much as I hate, I can't really off City. Norwich 1, City 3. Call me crazy, but you know I've just got a feeling this week. Don't know why. Norwich 0, Man City 4. But if I'm picking with my heart, 3-2 Norwich. Pookie hat trick. Yeah, Michael's finished, by the way, so you can understand that he does like Pookie for sure. 4 or 5-0 City, but would love a 1-0 Norwich. Who knows? Bottom can be at the top in any league. It happens, but don't see it. Oh yeah, your Pookie jersey since you're from Finland to mainland. Yes. Absolutely. So, yeah, a bit of difference in opinion for that one. But the next one is another team that are definitely struggling. Burnley sitting bottom of the table. 3 draws in their last 5 meetings. They come up against the Liverpool side who've just beaten Leicester by 2-0. And quite frankly, in all fairness to Leicester, it was pretty much, could have been 6-0 last night. It was one of those games where Liverpool absolutely dominated from start to finish. People would say that Burnley is a tough place to go. However, they've got 1 win there this season. And tell the life of me, I can't even remember who they won against. But Liverpool have not lost at Turf Moor since the 16-17 season. So I think all roads sort of lead to a Liverpool win. But Burnley showed that fighting character against Manchester United to get the draw. So what are you thinking for this one?
Yeah, they did show fighting character. However, you know, we're talking about Harry Maguire here, which is a completely different kettle of fish to Virgil van Dijk, isn't it? I mean, come on. You know, I mean, you know, Burnley will have got some confidence from that game. I'm under no illusion about that. They will have. However, Liverpool are just a different prospect. I can't see Burnley getting absolutely anything out of this game. Which does us a favour because I hope Liverpool win the game and win it convincingly. So I'm going 4-0 Liverpool. I just can't see anything else. Yeah, I think Liverpool will score plenty goals. You know, Salah will be back. You know, I know he was on the bench last night. I think he'll play. Obviously, Mane could be back. Yeah, for me, it's a clear win.
Yeah, I've gone 3-1. I just cannot get enough of Diogo Jota. What a signing he's proven to be.
Yeah. Listen, he just seems to pop up everywhere, doesn't he? I mean, the first goal last night, you know, the header, and he seems to have this knack of being in the right place at the right time, and obviously he was again. A fantastic signing. You know, he did well at Wolves, but I think it was quite a surprise when Liverpool went out and got him. But you know, nobody can say that he hasn't been a success because he has. He's done really well.
Yeah, he has. He has been very, very good. Right, let's see what some of you are saying for this Liverpool game. 4-0 Liverpool, Luis Diaz going to score. Yeah, Luis Diaz didn't look out of place last night. He looks a fantastic wee prospect. Burnley will Liverpool 3, says Chris Welsh. Horrible place, Burnley. They will make it tough, but our squad is too strong. 3-0. Yeah, definitely. I feel like this is going to be a struggle since Liverpool usually struggle against a low block. 1-0 Liverpool, Salah wonder goal. Interesting. Bloody Burnley 0, Liverpool 4. Burnley 1, Liverpool 4. Salah, Diaz, Thiago. Interesting. And 1-0 LFC.
Yeah.
And now we know what to the next. Oh, actually, Diaz, Salah, Elliott, or Thiago. There we go. Indeed. Now it is your boys, Newcastle United against Aston Villa. I have to say, Aston Villa have done very well under Gerrard, but letting slip a 3-1 lead against Leeds. And to be fair, that game was like a basketball game. Back, forth, back, forth. It was one of those games, but Newcastle, fantastic performance against Everton. And Kieran Trippier with the goal of the game as well. First of all, I want to ask, what did you make of your transfer business? And secondly, how are you feeling about this game?
Transfer business was good. I think we should have got another striker, though. I think we're still a bit lightweight in that department with Callum Wilson. Nobody seems to know when he's coming back. A lot of fans have a feeling that he won't be back at all this season, which leaves Chris Wood, who I'm yet to really have full confidence in, if I'm honest. I think he's used to playing in a different formation at Burnley. He's used to playing alongside the likes of Ashley Barnes, where there's always two up front. The system that we play, he's got to get used to, and he's got to get used to that very, very quickly. But you know what? He did better against Everton. He was pulling defenders away from St. Maximin, which gave him the opportunity to run at players and do what he does best. So, having him there does work, because he is sort of... But I just want to see him a bit more in the 18-yard box, get a few more crosses into him. And I want to see him winning more headers, if I'm honest, because he's a big lad. But, sometimes his second touch is always a tackle, and it shouldn't have to be like that. But you know what? Hopefully, I mean, he's only been here a couple of weeks, so let's just give him a bit of time. Very, very happy with the rest of the signings. I think Matty Targett on loan was a left back that we needed to get. Dan Burn is just a giant. I mean, he can be good at the back, and he can be good in the attacking zone for free kicks and corners, etc. So really, really pleased with him. And Trippier is just world class. I mean, the guy is just a step above anybody else that we have at the club. And of course, Bruno coming in the midfield. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, because he only got a couple of minutes on Tuesday night. Luckily, I think Eddie Howe sort of blended him in slowly, but I hope he starts on Sunday. The game itself is obviously going to be a lot tougher than it was on Tuesday night.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh. He'll be back in a wee moment. But let's just see some of your comments for this game. Hang on a minute. Albert Pearson, thank you. Good show. Look after our Paul Mind. Yes, not a problem. Not a problem. We will definitely look after him for sure. Hang on a minute. Eric is back.
Sorry about that. Bloody microphone again. I don't know what the hell's the matter with it. As I was saying before, just with Villa, I think we have a big opportunity here, because I really don't think that Tyrone Mings is up to the job. I think he is one of the worst central defenders in the Premier League. How he's captain of Villa is very, very similar to Harry Maguire. I don't know what he brings to the Villa side. I think he is without a doubt, their weak link. And we can get something out of this game. So I'm hoping that we perform again. I'm hoping that the crowd, the atmosphere is back at St. James's Park. There's no doubt about that. So I think the players are responding to that. So I'm actually going a 2-1 Newcastle win.
Yeah, I've got Newcastle win, but I think it's going to be a bit of a goal fest. So I think you're in for a very, very entertaining afternoon. Yeah, I've gone 3-2 Newcastle.
Listen, I don't care as long as we get the 3 points. I think we have to start picking up 3 points now and getting ourselves away from the relegation zone. And I think we will. I think we'll finish similar to last season again. Now, I really do. We've got some tough games coming up, but you know what? I think we've got the players to get us out of it. So yeah, I can see 3 points again.
Yeah, I think so. Albert Pearson, good show. Look after our Paul Mind. Yep, not a problem. Same reasoning as Michael. Newcastle 1, Aston Villa 2. This game will go either way. Yep. Sebastian is agreeing with me. He's going 3-2 Newcastle. Liz disagrees. Sorry, Paul. 3-1 Villa. I think Phil. I think Phil is out to prove something. Yeah, Coutinho, Jacob Ramsey, some very, very good players in that Villa side. But
they're also missing some players through injury now, and obviously suspension to the centre back, which is a massive blow for them.
Yeah, Matty Cash, isn't it? It's
Matty Cash might be injured. Is it Conser or the whoever got
Conser,
sent off the other day? Which means
Conser was sent off. Yeah,
Callum Chambers may have to come in, and I don't think he's as good as what they've had. So we have a chance.
And you're due a victory over Villa as well. So I think
they've only won twice at St James's Park since the Premier League started. So. They have a rotten record at St James's, to be fair. The last time they won at St James's Park was the infamous battle between Bowyer and Dyer.
Oh, crikey, yes.
That's the last time they won at St James's. So we can hold that as a bit of a confidence boost for us, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Newcastle 2, Villa 3, Coutinho masterclass, and I don't think Ings is fit. 2-2, but either could nick it. I think Newcastle will be safe coming into the season. Yeah, Newcastle going to be safe. How Mings is selected to the England squad is beyond me, but I think this will also be high scoring. 3-2 Newcastle. By the way, is Trippier playing because he came off injured?
Well, Eddie Howe's been very coy in his press conference, saying we'll have to assess him. But he does this all the time. He doesn't give anything away. And doesn't let the opposition managers know he's playing. I've got no doubt he'll be on the pitch on Sunday.
Yeah, he as you see, he is a class above for sure. Ramsey's big shout too. This Villa side on the Stevie G is a whole another level. More inspiration and energy into the players. Hello, Hannah, alone late, but hi everyone. Hello, Hannah. Thank you for tuning in. If there was a car crash, Tyrone Mings was the driver. Yeah, Tyrone Mings is dreadful. He has a good 80 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, he's god awful. Chambers' debut could be. 2-1 the Toon. Howie the lads. See you Sunday, Paul. Yeah, it should be a fascinating. It's not on TV though, because I believe Burnley Liverpool is, but I think you're in for a goal fest. Anyway, it's flip-flop between Newcastle and Villa. Tough to call. I think someone's Patrick Silky, thank you for tuning in. I think you're catching up with the stream going for 2-2 Man United Southampton. Southgate has posted on Mings, tried to keep it sensible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Posted on Mings. Jeez, yes. Mings. I don't rate Tyrone Mings as a defender anyway, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
He's just awful. He really is. He's terrible.
I agree. Tottenham against Wolves, both of these sides on the back of, narrow defeats, you have to say. But Tottenham, 2-1 up. Basically, Southampton did the Leicester, did the Spurs on Spurs. And what I'm saying is basically that, Leicester were 2-1 up. And then Spurs managed to get to 3-2. So, and then, Southampton it's a fantastic victory for them. Wolves, on the end of a defeat against Arsenal, which was quite surprising. They did also go out to the FA Cup. I've been to and fro between these two. I don't know. Something in the back of my mind wants to say a draw, but something in the back of my mind wants to say a Wolves win. Because you don't know what Tottenham you're going to get. They're like a Jekyll and Hyde side. And if I'm Antonio Conte, I would not be too pleased with the transfer business that they have. Yes, obviously, what's his name? Duszulewski came in from Juventus and Bentancur. But is that really enough? I'm not sure.
Not for me.
I'm going to sit on the bet. I'm going to sit on the pitch, sit on the fence, and go for a 1-1 draw.
Well, Wolves for me have been very good this season. They've been kind of quietly going about the business, just picking up points here and there. And I think people have, when they go to assess games now, they think, oh, where's Wolves as a mid-table side? But they're not. They're higher than that. And I think that's credit to them. But the problem with Wolves is they seem to do well and pick some points up, and then they go on a run of 2 or 3 games where they struggle.
Yeah.
Now, I think they'll have been disappointed that they didn't take anything from Arsenal last night, to be honest. I think they should have, because Arsenal, they're nothing to write home about at the minute. And so Wolves will probably feel very disappointed this morning, given that result. Tottenham, on the other hand, I agree with you. They can't be happy with the transfer window. Conte would probably be expecting more. But what do you get from Daniel Levy as an owner? You know, he's dreadful, absolutely dreadful. So I have a feeling that, you know, that will all bubble over in the summer. If Conte doesn't get who he wants, I can't see him staying at the club, to be honest. And Tottenham will be all over the place again. I think this is just going to be a tight game, and I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Same as I honestly do think this game will end in a draw. Very, very quickly. Martinelli's red card. We were discussing this off air. Guys, get your thoughts in the chat, because I don't think I've ever seen a red card like that, which is basically Michael Oliver showing 2 yellows in the space of 2 seconds. But actually, when you look at it, they were yellow card offences.
There were, and I think, Michael Oliver for me is probably one of the better referees in the Premier League. And if that first foul, if you look at it another way, if that first foul, he blew up and then showed Martinelli the yellow card, and then Wolves took a quick free kick again, and Martinelli chased back and made the same tackle. It was another yellow card. So it doesn't matter that it was all in one play. The first one was a clear yellow card. The second foul was a clear yellow card, and he deserved to be sent off. So even if the Wolves had taken a quick free kick and it had gone down the other end and he made the same tackle, it was a yellow card. So I think all day he should have gone, and he did. And I think it was the right decision. Yeah, and I don't understand what the Arsenal fans are complaining about. It was 2 clear yellow cards. You can't get away with that.
And as Arsenal had four reds in their last 6 games, so discipline.
The thing is, Doug, when you've got a manager like Arteta he's not coming down hard on these players that are getting sent off.
No.
He's making excuses for them. Then nothing will go away. If he continues to make excuses like that, like he did last night, and like he's done on previous red cards, the team aren't going to sort of do anything about it. The club aren't going to do anything about it. It's just it seems to be installed in Arsenal that, red cards will just kick off and complain about red cards all the time. And it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, absolutely not. But yeah, guys, get your thoughts about that red card, because I think we're probably both agreeing it was definitely deserved. Tottenham 2, Wolves 1. I expect Tottenham to respond, but it's like the weather. You don't know what you're going to get with Tottenham and the weather. That's very good. I rate Mings higher than Harry Maguire the fridge. Both are as bad as each other, to be honest. 2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Tottenham. 2-1 Wolves are due a solid win. I would, yes, obviously for your hobby's sake, Liz. I hope Wolves do win for you. I was close to go 1-1 Wolves. Have a sturdy defence, normally low scoring. Almost went boring 0-0. That could be very interesting. Conte's situation be interesting at the end of the season. I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he'll be there at all. No. Spurs need a response, but Wolves need to win as well for any chance of top 4. I'll go 1-1. They were yellow card offence, as simple as that. Yep, absolutely. Martinelli was a headless chicken. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bro, but the ref should have been taken back for a foul. No, I think Michael Oliver's done the right thing. He's allowed play to continue. Martinelli is clearly chased down. I think it was Chiquinho, and he fouled him.
Yeah, of course. But the referee did well to play advantage in the first place. He kept the game going, which is what we want to see from referees. We complain too much that he stopped play. He should have let play continue. Michael Oliver did, and Martinelli just sprinted back down the other end of the pitch, made another yellow card offence. He's got to be sent off. Simple.
Has to be. Yeah, has to be. Yeah, this Arsenal team seem to lack discipline. Think that's an understatement. That is an understatement and a half. That one, a big understatement. The only ever time I've seen that was Chelsea Ajax 2019, but that's now 15 red cards for Arsenal. Arteta needs to sort this out. 15 reds.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's an abysmal record, and something's got to happen there to cut all that out for Arsenal.
Definitely. EPL refs are the worst refs in Europe, other than the refs that keep favouring Real in Europe for Champions League for VR. I was brought into the fold, damn it. Wouldn't run Arsenal to run a kitchen. Trust Arsenal to run a kitchen. No, absolutely not. Yeah, trust as well. Oh, Leicester. Leicester, West Ham. Actually, when I say it's a tough one to call, I'm not actually sure it is. Leicester are in no form at all, and the way they capitulated against Nottingham Forest was very, very worrying. Brendan Rodgers was linked with the Newcastle job when Steve Bruce was sacked, and deservedly so. And it's nice to see his record at West Brom is not going very, very well. Sorry to say that. But do you think? I did ask Rich Sports this, my big Manchester United fan, of course. Do you think Brendan's been distracted by the speculation linking him with Manchester United, linking him with Newcastle United?
In a way, yes. I think it has to. When you've got other clubs like that coming sniffing around, you know your stakes are high, and you can be a bit distracted. However, I think somebody like Brendan Rodgers is probably more down to earth and understands how the game works. What's interesting for me at Leicester is I think, a lot of Leicester fans seem to be turning on him quite quickly. Managers will have down spells. They will have poor spells of results. But I think, like we were talking about Watford before, clubs are too quick to pull the trigger sometimes. Now, Leicester have had injuries as well, and injuries to very big players for them. So I think that's had to have something to do with it as well. I think the owners at Leicester will give Brendan Rodgers an opportunity to put things right. I don't think they're going to, panic with him and pull the trigger on him. Certainly not before the end of the season anyway. But Leicester, you just don't know what side's going to turn up. 1 minute they'll be... they'll get hammered, and the next minute they'll turn up and hammer whoever they're playing. But West Ham, they've got something good going there at the minute. But their squad size worries me a little bit. Moving towards the back end of the season, because they're still in Europe and things like that. But at the minute, they're playing really well. But I expect a response from Leicester after last night. And I think it'll be quite an open game. So I'm going 2-2.
2-2. Ooh, yeah. Interesting. I'm going for a 3-1 West Ham win. I think the doom and gloom will continue. And the thing is for me, Leicester, this game is more important to Leicester than it is West Ham. I know I'm obviously saying that, but obviously West Ham have top 4 aspirations, but Leicester are sitting 12th at the moment, and you would never have assumed. Loads of people at the start of the season said that Leicester were top 4 candidates, and quite rightly so. For obviously missing out narrowly last season, but the way that they've been playing recently, I mean, I think I said that on my Leicester preview show the other night. I don't think there's any point in getting rid of Rodgers now, because you've not got. Nobody's going to have chance to get their own ideas across, to get players in. So I think they should probably stick with him until the end of the season, and then just see what happens. But there's definitely similar comparisons to his time at Liverpool for sure. So, but yeah, I think West Ham will win. I'm going to go 3-1. But I do agree with you about the squad size. I think they should have done more in January than they actually did. I don't think they brought anybody in, did they?
No. Poor transfer window, but you know what? I think this is going to be a test of maybe we'll see how good of a manager Rodgers is now in the running, because he's got to turn around things. West Ham, for me, are a team on the up, and Moyes has done a wonderful job there to get them going. But it's just the squad size that worries me a little bit with them.
Yeah, definitely. Michael, AFCON refs, EPL. Oh, Jesus. Do not get me started on the AFCON refs. Did you manage to see any of the AFCON at all?
Yeah, I saw quite a bit of it. Some of the refereeing decisions in that tournament were as bizarre as you're ever going to see in football, to be honest. I just... absolutely, some of the decisions, some of the way the referees actually acted on the pitch, I was astounded, if I'm honest, and I've never seen anything like it. But you know what? I mean, if African football is trying to get themselves sort of up there with the world's best, they're going to have to do something about the referees, because I mean, that one that blew the whistle before time and twice in the same match. I mean, that doesn't even happen on Sunday League football.
No.
Just incredible. But I think all in all, it was a very good tournament. I mean, the final was a little bit disappointing. Maybe expecting a bit more, but I think the refs needed. I think they need to do something really, really. I don't know whether to do a course with the referees before the next one or something like that. Get some of the top referees over to teach them or something. Something's got to be done. It was abysmal.
It was indeed. 1-1 Leicester West Ham, 2-1 West Ham. You know my thoughts on Rodgers fraud. West Ham have to win. 3-2 West Ham. Yeah, I think West Ham will probably win. 1-1 draw. 2-1 LFC. They have to win sometime. Yeah, they do. Brendan Rodgers is chronically overrated as a manager and a massive narcissist. Newcastle should stay away and leave him to United.
Wow. I'm really surprised at some of the comments about Rodgers. Wow. Yeah. Listen, I don't think Newcastle are interested anymore. I think we seem to have dodged a bullet there. I'm all for Eddie Howe anyway, so I'm definitely in Eddie's camp. So Rodgers can go to United.
Yeah, absolutely. Good shout, Hannah. He thinks he's more important than the clubs he worked. Yeah, absolutely. Rodgers left 2 centre-backs on the bench, fielded 2 CDMs at centre-back. Rodgers is absolutely clueless. Oh, yeah, I did see that. Ndidi and Amarty, yeah. Almost went to 2, but it's so hard to predict. Damn. Well, let's just say some PayPal accounts went up during the AFCON. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
That is very, very true, for sure. Maybe centre-back's fitness not good since Leicester played with injuries this season, wants to play it safe. Yeah, I think that's fair. Michael talks with PayPal accounts. Yeah. That's funny. That is funny as anything. And yeah, we do have another game to discuss. Manchester United against Brighton. Now, obviously, it's quite tricky to decide, but if Manchester United do lose against Southampton, they'll be wanting a response. Brighton, on the other hand, I don't think they've ever won at Old Trafford in the Premier League era, but you have to say, I don't know why, but Manchester United cannot lose a second consecutive home game. When did they lose 2 home games in a row? Obviously, if it does happen anyway, but Brighton are one of those sides that are very, very difficult to play against. And I look at this game and I actually think there could be a wee upset. I'm actually going to go 1-0 Brighton.
Listen, I think if Manchester United lose these 2 games, as hilarious as it would be, they've got real problems. I think if I'm Graham Potter, I'm going into that game thinking, right, we have an opportunity here. If we're going to win at Old Trafford, this is the opportunity to win there. We go there, we play our football, we will beat. I'm under no illusion that if Brighton go there and play to their potential and the way they've been playing most of the season, I think they'll win as well. I think they'll get a result. Man United, as I said before, there's no coherence there within the first start 11. There's no. I think they've got more individuals playing for themselves than anything else at the minute. They just don't seem to be able to get anything good going there. I think they've got a serious problem in midfield. They've gone with this Fred and McTominay thing for too long. They've been very, very defensive, and teams have worked them out. And some of those players that are starting for Manchester United at the minute should be nowhere near the starting lineup. I think you talk about the defense. You've got Varane, who is a very good defender, but when you've got somebody like Harry Maguire beside you, you don't know whether you're coming or going. You don't know where you should be because you haven't a clue where that plonk is going. You know what I mean? It could be halfway up the pitch. And then you've got Wan-Bissaka at right back, who I don't rate at all. I never have. I found that a very strange one. So they've got problems without a doubt. And I agree with you. I'm going to 2-1 Brighton win.
Oh, get in there, I hope. Hopefully that does that does happen. But you're absolutely right, because Rafa Varane must be thinking, what the hell have I done to basically go from Real Madrid to Manchester United with what is basically a fridge freezer or a fridge centre back with, you know, like Harry Maguire wants to cuddle his own players. Like it's just ridiculous. And the way that Weghorst turned him so easily that night was unbelievable.
It's not just that though. It's not just his defending, Doug. It's his passing. I mean, there was a clip came out on social media after the game, and it sort of 30-second or 40-second segment on Harry Maguire and some of the passes he made against Burnley. They were terrible. I mean, he was passing to Burnley players, passing out to play. You know, he just didn't. He's all over the place. And Varane must be thinking, you know, I'm doing the job of two central defenders here because I really have no idea where Harry Maguire is. And it's making Varane look bad as well, to be honest. You know, and he won't be happy at all. You know, you go from playing with the likes of Sergio Ramos, etc., and then you come in and then you're alongside Harry Maguire. I mean, it's chalk and cheese, man. It's just, you know, you have to feel for Varane, although I don't because he plays for Man United. But hey ho, I think they've got serious problems, and they can't do anything about it now. So it is what it is till the end of the season, and you know, they are for me going to struggle. They're not. I don't think Man United are going to be anywhere near the top four. I don't know about you, but I just can't see them being anywhere near there. And I'd love to see West Ham do it, to be honest.
I would as well. There's been a lot of reports as well about players being unhappy at Rangnick, and it has to be said, Ollie was sacked, but you have to say it's the players' fault now. Those players are definitely underperforming, and they have been for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'd agree. But the thing is, I mean, there's so much disruption going on at Manchester United at the minute. You know, you've got players possibly arguing with other players. You've got players who disagree with the manager. You know, you look at the way Ronaldo came off the pitch a couple of weeks ago, absolutely furious with the manager. But he's not the only one. I think Ronaldo has come in for a lot of flack from outside the club. But, you know, come on. If it wasn't for Ronaldo this season, where the hell would United be? You know, they'd be sort of way down the league. But I just think they've got too many inside problems, starting with the owners, moving down. And I think, you know, I mean, it's funny, if you ask me.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious seeing United where they are. But, you know, that's just the way it is. And they've got to suck it up and try and get back. But they've been out of it for a long time now, let's not forget. You know, since Fergie left, it's all gone wrong. And everybody sort of, you know, we saw that coming, didn't we? You know, nobody would be able to perform like Fergie. And some managers have been given a lot longer than they should have. Some managers didn't get as long as they should have. And they're all over the place. So, yeah, for me, I find it hilarious. And I'll continue to do so.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy I got the AFCON winner correct despite the hard one. Yeah, I did predict Senegal. I'm quite happy with that. I did predict them to win the AFCON before the tournament began. I always love a new winner. This game is on Tuesday the 15th, I think. I think it's the 15th of February. Yes, it will be happening when Champions League games are, but it's very interesting, that one. 1-1 for me, says Kieran Purcell. 1-0 Manx, although I would enjoy a Brighton win very much indeed. Well, it would Brighton up. I'll get my coat for that one. That's a bad one. Going to say 1-1, but if I have to choose a winner, I would go Brighton. James, Sweet and Sour Soccer, thank you for tuning in. Speaking enough, James, you got 4 points the last time. I got 5, so I just beat you by a point. But it was a very tricky week to predict. Anyway, I hope to do a Premier League prediction show with you at a time like this. You know, someone else to collab to. DM me. I'll give you that. Hiya, James. Manchester United 2, Brighton 1. If it's on Tuesday, who the F? Yeah, that's very, very. Right, we'll tune into this game when there's EVFC on. But if I had to bet 3-1 Brighton, Old Trafford has turned into Sad Trafford.
Yeah, Sad Trafford. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because Liverpool went there and spanked them 5-0. Yep, not a problem. Douglas the Lionheart. I absolutely love when you keep calling me that, Liz. Absolutely love it. Douglas the Lionheart, I so enjoy your content. Leicester fleeced United for hot points. Hot point Harry. That is hilarious. Oh, that's fantastic. Rafa Varane, United 2-1. Ralph Rangnick isn't that great of a manager, though. I don't know why United fans got so hyped for him. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Rangnick was, what was it? Tuchel and Klopp's Yeah, Master. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, he was linked with us for director of football, Ranić, early doors, after our takeover. Do you know what? I mean, I don't understand how he can director of football to manager back again. It's only going to cause confusion for me, and that's for me. That's what's happening down at Man United at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Manchester is full of shit. Yes, absolutely. Why won't West Ham? West Ham in the UEFA Champions League would be fantastic, wouldn't
it? Yeah, because it's somebody different. It's not the same old all the time, and that's what I like about this season's race for the top four, is that there's a chance that somebody like West Ham can actually get there rather than the same old teams every season, week in, week out. And that's what, for me, that's what football's all about. It's getting the lesser teams up there, and like Leicester winning the Premier League and West Ham getting into the Champions League would be an absolute fantastic achievement. And it's just something different. And it would stop Man United getting there, which surely, as a Liverpool fan, you've got the love.
Yeah, 100%. And also the fact, I remember a time when Newcastle were in the Champions League as well.
Yeah. Those times are coming. They're coming back. These new owners have got massive plans for the club if we stay up this season. So, I mean, I think Tuesday night at St James's Park just sort of it brought back memories, Doug. Of last time. When we played the likes of Barcelona, etc., in the Champions League, and the atmosphere, the smile around the fans' faces at the end, and the camaraderie between the fans and the players and the owners and the fans, and it's all coming back. We get a lot of flack on social media being Newcastle fans thinking, there was comments on Tuesday night, you've beaten Everton, so now you think you're going to win the Champions League. It's nothing like that. Anybody that knows any real Newcastle United fans will understand what that club has been through under Mike Ashley, and it's just nice for us to see a team that is actually trying to build something and showing a bit of ambition. Whatever will come, whether that be cup wins or league wins, Champions League, whatever, that will come in the future if it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. However, it's just nice that we have a club with a bit of ambition now. And I think people need to understand that it's not about us going, we're going to win the Champions League or anything like this. We just want to be there. We want to be back to where we were. We want the club to show a bit of ambition. And I think, Leicester have done it properly. Leicester have built a really good sort of system there, and West Ham are building. Newcastle will build, and I think it's just good to see all these teams now challenging the big boys now and wanting to be part of that. It's only good for English football.
100%, and you have to feel that you've got your club back now after the dark days of Mike Ashley and. Obviously, St James's Park being called the Sports Director Arena, which I've never, ever, ever, ever called it. I've always called it St James's Park. So you've definitely got your club back.
Yeah, we have, and I think that's the only thing that's important to Newcastle fans is the fact that we have our club back and we have owners now that. Whatever you think of the Saudi ownership, that's for politicians to sort out and stuff like that. This is football for us, right? This is the main thing for us is football. Amanda Staveley seems to be at the head of running the club on behalf of everybody. She seems to be the spearhead with her husband and Jamie Rubin, and they're always communicating with us, and it's we've had more information out of this club since the takeover than what we had in 14 years under Mike Ashley. It is just completely different, and for us, we just see a club that wants to move forward. We see a club now with a bit of ambition. We see things changing around the ground. Just Mike Ashley just let it run down to the floor. He wasn't bothered, but we're seeing hope now, and that's all we've wanted. We wanted new owners to come in and just show a bit of hope, a bit of ambition, and that'll do for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Ranić never wants to manage. He wants an office job.
Yeah, you know what? I quite agree with that. I just think he looks uncomfortable, Doug, when he's interviewed and things like that. I get the feeling that he's thinking, I don't want to be here. I really don't want to be part of this.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. I think I scored 11 on my own prediction video. Haha, Sod's Law. 11 predictions in straight zero. Mike Ashley's trying to buy Derby. Oh Jesus, is he?
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, he is.
It looks like they're saved, though. I did see something. Apparently, Mel Morris and Steve Gibson have agreed.
Yeah, I've
something.
just seen that before we came on. Yeah, they've come to some agreement, which is great for Derby. But I don't think it stops the whole liquidation thing going on. I still think they're in trouble. Listen, if Mike Ashley goes in there and he buys the club and stops them going out of football, then that can only be a good thing, because we don't want to lose another club.
No.
You know, for me, Derby County are a very, you know, they've got a good community. It's a good community club. And I think, you know, like when you saw Bury go out of business, there was, you know, they were a community club. And I think there's a lot of people need to realize that, whether they like Derby County or not as a club or whatever, you know, it's the community you need to think of, and how it destroys that community when the football club is no longer there. So I think if Ashley saves it, fair enough. But I wouldn't expect, as a Derby fan, I wouldn't expect any ambition. It may be different. It may be very different, but at least they'll still have a football club. And I think that's the important thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. And Wayne Rooney has done a magnificent job.
Yeah.
I mean, they're only 4 points off safety now, which is incredible when, you know, they've had so many points deductions. And, you know, if it'll be an absolute achievement if he manages to save Derby County. Paul, it has been an absolute pleasure to get you on to do a prediction stream as well. Also, congratulations on 9K. I forgot to say that at the start. And the Toon Review, guys, if you haven't checked this channel out, obviously please go and check it out. Paul does an absolutely magnificent job, has amazing panels as well. You're just going from strength to strength, mate.
Well, listen, I never thought 9K was never in my mind. I mean, I always had this sort of, when I started the channel, I always had this thing in the back of my head, you know, I'd love to get to 10K and then see what happens. And the fact that it's really taken off now, and I've got some, you know, I started this on my own just with an iPhone and a computer, and then suddenly, you know, I've had to find myself buying green screens and lights and cameras and all sorts of stuff, and microphones that keep going off and don't work properly. And but I've got a good team behind me now. You know, my fiancée Susan, she does a lot of work behind the scenes. You know, she does a lot of work with the upcoming merchandise, which I never thought would come to fruition. You know, I've got a brilliant sponsorship behind us with a local Northeast company. You know, they've helping out with getting the merchandise sorted. But I've got a really strong team. You know, my co-hosts are there now, and you know, as you know, we lost Dave a few weeks ago, who was my right-hand man, basically, which was very, very difficult to get over. But you know, Danielle and Alex, you know, come on the co-host the shows, fantastic. And the mods behind the scenes, I mean, you'll know what it's like, Doug, running a YouTube channel. It's not easy. Even when you first start, you know, you're editing videos, you know, you got to prepare for your shows and all of this kind of stuff. But when it does grow, you're kind of thinking, Christ, you know, there's so much more to it. So I've got good moderators behind the scenes as well. It's just, you know, the channel is now just a big family, and I love what I do, and it's good to have that sort of backing behind you. But hopefully it'll just keep going, and that's at the end of the day, that's what we want. But it's all about love of talking about Newcastle United, or sort of raging about them, which is which has been most of the time before the takeover. So, you know, I'm hopeful that some of the shows we're going to do in the future are a lot more sort of positive rather than the negative, which Newcastle's been for so long now. So yeah, it's going the right way. But I love it. I mean, who doesn't love talking about football? You know, it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great. It's great to see you lot smiling again after what was an absolutely dark days of Steve Bruce's really bad.
We'll be smiling a bit more, mate, if we stay up. That's the big thing. We've got to stay up first, and then we'll look forward and see what happens after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And may I just say, well done on streaming. I think was it for 12 hours on deadline day? I could never stream for 12 hours. I like how you took breaks in between as well, which was always nice to say. Yeah, but that must have been absolutely amazing to have been a part of.
It was great. I mean, obviously, Barry, who runs World of Sport TV, we're obviously best mates, so we decided to sort of do 2-hour stints on each other's channel throughout the day from sort of 10 o'clock up until midnight. It was brilliant. It was, I mean, the viewing figures were unbelievable. I mean, I had nearly 2,000 people watching, my shows, and I've never dreamt of hitting viewing figures like that, and it was just incredible. I was knackered by the end of it. I did the last show between 10 and 12. We got to 11:30, and I ended it there because I was just dead on my feet. And there wasn't anything else to talk about, really. It was all done and dusted by then anyway. So, but it was just incredible. Those are the type of things that I look forward to doing in future windows.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, and hopefully by the time, obviously, Newcastle play Liverpool, we'll get you on for another match definitely. Preview or something like that. Guys, if you have missed it, then obviously please go over and check out the Toon review. It is a fantastic football channel, fantastic Newcastle channel, up and coming as well, and they do take the absolute mick out of John Sinclair being a Manchester United supporter, which I absolutely have to say is very, very funny.
Indeed.
So yeah, go over and check that out, and obviously go and follow Paul's. All of Paul's socials are in the description box down below. But guys, it's going to be another fascinating match week 25, and obviously we will see what happens. Yes, there's been a few wee bold ones in there as well, but. From me and Paul, we will see you very, very soon. I'll see you later. Cheers.
Bye-bye.